It's Jokers Wild, with the country's top comedians battling it out to see who knows all the jokes. And keeping them in line, it's Barry Cryer.
Welcome to another edition of Jokers Wild, in which two teams of comedians battle to see who knows the most jokes. And they battle for this, our Jokers Wild trophy, a model of, life-size model indeed, of Les Dawson at the weekend. Let's meet the two teams who are going to battle on this occasion. From the top of the table, Captain Les Dawson,
Hi,
Michael Aspel and Davy Kaye. Joining battle with Captain Warren Mitchell, Tim Brooke Taylor and Lennie Bennett. There are high, medium and low scores. Who knows what's coming out of the box? Let's find out as we start with our own Les Dawson, the very first subject in tonight's game. Les, what can you make of tailors?
Harry's gone bound to Hindmouse Garden. Roseberry's known but tailors.
Tailors, yes.
I went for a suit the other day, you know, in Leeds. I said, what can I have for £20? The tailor gave me some wool and a loom. Sir Roger Pennington de Vere Catchpole.
Here we go. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Was on his way to Scotland for the grouse season when his car had a temporary breakdown in a Pennine village.
Interruption by Lennie Bennett inside leg 38. Flattery will get me anywhere. Go on, Lennie. Yes.
How do you know? And he got out of the car. He was broken down, wasn't he? Was it Sir Roger?
Yes, Sir Roger was broken down.
Yes.
Sir broken down.
Yes, I do understand, Les. Yes. Swank pot. And he got out of his car, and he was just taking the tyres off. And yes. And this fella came rushing up and opened the bonnet. And Sir Roger said to him, "What are you doing?" And the fellow said, "If you're having the tyres, I'm having the battery."
Two points to Lennie Bennett. Meanwhile, back at the tailors, Les Dawson.
Come back, Dave King. No. Catchpole said, "What on earth has happened?" And his valet said, "I shall investigate, sir." He went outside the car and said, "It is a puncture." Catchpole said, "What a horrid business, holding me up for the grice season. I must be there in the hide, with the grice are on the wing. Meanwhile, I shall check my luggage, which you packed from my Curzon Street flat." Well, they opened the boat, and they found that his tails hadn't been included, his dinner suit. He went white with impotent fury, and cuffed his valet viciously about the ear. "You fool," he said, from a very haughty tone. "Idiot. We shall have to get a set of tails. Is there anybody in this godforsaken northern place who could possibly supply me with a set of tails?" The little fella came over the hill. He said, "I can. Sam Crud, tailor to the stars." "Yes," he said, "I've had them all. Widdy Higgins, ace impressionist and part-time vet. Made all the things." He said, "Do you realise, my dear little clown of a man, that I wish to have the finest set of tails available? I need mohair cloth of the finest possible quality in the Shires. But you must realise, as a realm, as a peer of the realm, I do not intend to go into any sort of monetary transaction with a person of the working classes. So make me my suit, but of course I can't pay you now. I shall pay you in, say, 3 months' time." "Shall he?" They said, "Now, when will the suit be ready?" He said, "In 3 bloody months."
Four points to Les Dawson. 4-2. 4-2. And we go to... I've still been dazzled by that. Warren, what can you make of... Oh, an easy subject. One of the easy ones, I'm sorry. Films.
Why are you sorry?
Well, I don't know. It's so easy. We don't know what might happen.
Films. Right, there was a...
I knew it. That's why I was sorry. Go on, Les Dawson first. Go on.
I went to see a film the other day. I wouldn't say it was old, but it was Treasure Island, and Long John Silver was going around with an egg on his shoulder.
I'll give that 2. I'll give that... Oh, oh, dear, you see, this is what's happening. This is what... Go on. All right, everybody have a go. Go on, Davy Kaye.
Films. I was in a film once. It was about 30 years ago. It was The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It was me that was stuck up Charles Lawton's back.
2 points to Davy's. Oh, your own team now, Warren. You see what you started. Lennie Bennett.
He thinks he had it tough. I was in the film once. My big film, Moby Dick. Honest. My big part came at the end when Gregory Peck held me in his arms. I played the bloody harpoon in that.
One to Lennie Bennett. They're all going on. Michael Aspel, come
I
on
saw
now.
a film which was so old it was made by 17th century Fox.
Oh, 1 to Michael Aspel. Look, we'll have to... Oh, come on, Tim Brooke-Taylor, come on.
I saw a film the other night on television. It was on so late, the MGM line came on and went...
Oh, another 1. Have you... One? Have you all finished? 1, yes.
One?
Because they're all racking up too highly here. They've all finished
Oh,
now.
well, it's not
Warren,
playing, is
is he still there? Warren Mitchell.
Yes.
They've all finished now. Do you want to do the story?
I don't know one
They've
about
got it out of
them.
the system. You must. Come on now.
A movie producer
Good.
came... This is not a funny joke like any of those. This is a very serious story. It reflects the terrible state of the industry.
Tell it like it is, Warren.
Right on. Right on.
Right on, baby.
There's a movie producer came home about 4 in the morning. His wife was sitting up in bed and she said, "Where the hell have you been?" She was a foreigner. You know. She had a very low voice too. "Where have you been?" He said, "Well, you don't get onto my back. Do you mind? Listen, today was the first day of shooting of the new movie, our new movie. I mean, it's not just me, it's our money in that movie. And after the day's shooting, I went round to Jean's dressing room. I mean, that kid is very insecure. I mean, she's made a big comeback. It's 20 years since she worked. I wanted her to be a success in the movie. I went to her dressing room. I mean, nobody else was there. I can't leave a kid like that on her own." And I said, "Where are you going to eat, Jean?" She said, "I don't know, Harry." I took her out to dinner. You think I want that kid to be on her own? I mean, she's very insecure. That kid could run off the set. The whole movie could be blown. That's our money. So I took her out to dinner, and we had a nice dinner. We talked. We had a few drinks. And I drove her home. What do you think? I'm going to put her in a cab? This is a big sex symbol, you know. I mean, everybody dreamed about Jean at one time. I took her home, and she said, "Harry, you want to come up for a drink?" "What do you think? I'm going to let her go on her own?" So I went up there. I had to. I mean, our movie depends upon this. And we sat there talking, drinking, and she said, "Harry, I'm going to the bedroom and slip into something comfortable. Would you like to come in there in about 10 minutes? "Well, what did you expect me to do? To reject her, this great sex symbol, Jeannie? No, I went in there, and I did what I had to do for the movie. And I stayed about an hour, and I came home. And his wife said, "You're a lie. You've been playing poker with the boys again."
After all the preamble and all that went on, it's 5 points to Warren Mitchell.
well
5
done.
points.
Well done.
That's a level score. 9 all, and it's Mike Aspel. See what you can do, Mike, with possible high scores. Ambition.
Ambition.
Strange.
Ambition would be to tell a story like that, and also to know a woman like that. Actually, I did hear about
You
a...
have, and you do, Mike.
I'll work that one out. Yes, you're absolutely right. Anyway, this lad, I've got it. This lad lived in the north of England, and he worked for a firm of haulage contractors, and he'd never been to London. He always wanted to go to London, and he begged them to give him the chance to drive a lorry to London. They said, "Nay, lad," or things like that. He said,
Very good.
Oh, that's terrific.
Get that acting, that character acting. Very good.
Well, I lived in North Wales for quite a time. And they said, nay, lad, you're too young." So they wouldn't let him go, but he kept on and kept on. Eventually they said, "Your big chance has come, lad. Take this lorry full of timber and take it down to London. Your chance have come." Thank you. And
Interruption by Lennie Bennett.
Just a minute, I'm not having him talking about Northerners. We don't talk like that, you know.
That was the British consul for Blackpool, Lennie Bennett, rebuking Michael Aspel.
Well, I don't-
Carry on, Michael.
I don't really talk like this either. So he started off and he drove this lorry down the motorway, and he got somewhere like Sheffield, and he pulled in. He said, "Is this London?" And they said, "Nay, lad. You've got to go for the south." But they still talk like that in Sheffield. Anyway, they said, "Carry on down to London." So he stopped off somewhere like Luton and pulled in. He said, "Am I in London?" They said, No, it's further down the road there to London. So eventually he gets to London, and he gets to Marble Arch, and the traffic is belting in all directions, and he pushes his way right through it, taxis and lorries, and he winds his window down, and he says to somebody, "Is this London?" And they said, "Yes." He said, "Well, where do you want this timber then?"
4 points. 4 to Michael, making it 13-9 in Leslie's team's favour. And this is where we stop our game for 1 minute, 60 seconds literally, and ask one of our comedians to step out here and see how many laughs he can get in 1 minute. The subject he has to talk upon is concealed within our audience. I happen